Once upon a time, in a vibrant and bustling forest, there lived a hare who was admired by many for his incredible speed. The hare loved to show off, often challenging others to races and winning with ease. He was confident, perhaps too confident, and enjoyed making fun of the slower animals. One sunny morning, the hare spotted the tortoise walking slowly along the forest path. With a mischievous grin, the hare hopped over and said, "Good morning, old friend. Still crawling around? At this rate, you'll never get anywhere." The tortoise stopped and looked up at the hare. "You may be fast," he replied calmly, "but speed isn't everything. I believe I could beat you in a race." The hare laughed so hard that he nearly fell over. "You beat me? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." But seeing how serious the tortoise looked, the hare decided to accept the challenge, thinking it would be an easy and amusing victory. News of the race spread quickly through the forest. Animals of all kinds gathered to watch: the deer, the foxes, the squirrels, and even the birds perched on tree branches to get the best view. They couldn't wait to see the competition between the speedy hare and the slow, steady tortoise. The starting line was drawn, and the race route was set, a winding trail through the forest that ended at the tallest oak tree on the hill. The hare and the tortoise took their places, and the owl, acting as the referee, raised his wing to signal the start. "On your marks, get set, go!" The hare dashed off like a bolt of lightning, leaving a cloud of dust behind him. The tortoise, however, started moving at his usual slow pace, one small step at a time. The animals cheered, but many whispered to each other, "There's no way the tortoise can win this." After running for a while, the hare looked back and saw that the tortoise was nowhere in sight. He laughed to himself, "This race is so easy, I can't believe I even bothered." Feeling confident, the hare decided to rest under a shady tree near the trail. "I'll just take a quick nap and still have plenty of time to win," he thought as he closed his eyes. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued his journey. His movements were slow, but he never stopped. Step by step, he climbed over rocks, crossed small streams, and pushed through patches of tall grass. The tortoise wasn't concerned about the hare or how far ahead he might be. He was focused only on his own progress. As the sun began to sink lower in the sky, the tortoise finally reached the spot where the hare was sleeping. Quietly, he passed by, his eyes fixed on the distant oak tree that marked the finish line. When the hare woke up, he stretched and yawned, feeling refreshed. Glancing back at the trail, he was shocked to see the tortoise far ahead, slowly but steadily approaching the finish line. Panicked, the hare leapt to his feet and sprinted as fast as he could. He dodged trees, leapt over bushes, and ran with all his might. But it was too late. Just as the hare reached the final stretch, the tortoise crossed the finish line. The forest erupted with cheers and applause. The tortoise smiled humbly as the animals gathered around to congratulate him. The hare, breathing heavily, arrived moments later. He hung his head in shame and said, "You've taught me a valuable lesson today. I was so confident in my abilities that I underestimated you. You've shown me that slow and steady truly wins the race." The tortoise replied with a kind smile, "It's not about how fast you go. It's about staying focused, consistent, and never giving up, no matter what." From that day on, the hare learned to be more humble, and the tortoise became a symbol of perseverance and determination throughout the forest.